Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, a registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. I just finished an online training all about emotional eating, chronic dieting, binging, and body image, and I wanted to share one slide of the many that I've learned within that training. This is something that I implement with my clients, and I don't do it in the exact way it was taught. However, now I'm going to kind of adopt some of these principles because I find it very effective and very efficient, and this is an even more kind of clarified way of something that I was already doing with my clients. So what I wanted to teach you guys today is how to satisfy a craving without binging. So there's two different types of hunger. There's physical hunger and there's psychological hunger. My goal with my clients is to get them to a place where they're able to satisfy both. And so this is how you're going to do that. But before I tell you that, I wanted to share with you kind of what I used to go through and what I experienced when I first started trying to lose weight. And I had made this shift and actually had really just started eating really healthy. But I got to this place where I was eating so healthy that when it came to having a craving, regardless of what I was craving, I always chose the least amount of calories or quote unquote the healthiest option. So just an example of this. So imagine you're craving something sweet and you really want ice cream. I would go into my cabinet and I would go into the freezer and I would go into the refrigerator, and instead of me having the ice cream or thinking of a healthier alternative to that ice cream, I would kind of stress myself out and think of, you know what, no, I want low calorie, and I would end up eating something like seaweed snacks. If you've ever had seaweed snacks, they're disgusting. Some people like them. I think they're lying. But I would just have that because that was the lowest calorie option and the healthiest option that there was. So I wanted to be clear about why we don't want to do that. Because initially it might work, but over time we then get to this place where we end up binging, or we're really bored of the food that we're eating, or we're just unhappy and unsatisfied. And I want to teach you a way that you can be healthy. If weight loss is a goal for you, you can lose weight. You can satisfy that craving, both to take a control or to satisfy your physical hunger and also your psychological hunger. Okay, so what we're going to use is this kind of step. So when you find yourself kind of wanting something, you're in the mood for something, maybe you're not even hungry, but you have this craving, but you don't really know what you want. So you go to the refrigerator, you go to the pantry, and you kind of just stand there. And okay, maybe we agree that maybe you're eating out of boredom, maybe you're eating out of emotion, whatever it is. At this point, I'm letting you know that it's okay. So if you've listened to my episodes before, or seen videos, or heard me on other podcasts, you know that emotional eating is not inherently bad. It only becomes a problem when we do it too much, too frequently, and it really puts a damper on our mood and our progress, and it's like too extreme, okay? I want to teach you that, you don't always need to eat for physiological hunger, and you don't always need to eat just because it's the healthiest option. At the same time, we know that if you go into a binge, you're going to sit there with regret. You're not going to feel good about yourself, and you're probably going to be further away from being able to to reach your goal, whether it's develop a healthier relationship with food, or lose weight, or just feel good in your body, or not be bloated, or whatever it is. So this is what I want you guys to do. This is really simple, and it takes practice. You obviously have to pause and reflect for a minute. But I want you to go down this list. So when you're in the mood for something, but you don't know what you're craving, you're going to ask yourself, do I want something hot or cold? When you get that answer, you're going to ask, do I want something crunchy or mushy or smooth? When you get that answer, you're going to ask yourself, do I want it to be liquid or solid or in between? From there, do I want something salty or sweet? From there, do I want it bland or spicy or flavorful? And then from there, do I want like a protein, a carb, or a fat? So you might figure out what you want before you get to that end, but that's going to help you kind of narrow down and figure out and at least satisfy something that you genuinely want. Because if we eat things that we don't want just because by nutritional standards, they're better for us, we're going to want more of it. And then we're going to keep grabbing for more. And then eventually we end up just going for that one thing we wanted in the first place. Or we just overeat on that thing that we didn't even really want. And that doesn't feel good either. So the best way to satisfy your craving without leading to a binge is by really going through those different characteristics of food. So I'll repeat it again, and I'll leave you with that. This is a quick, simple episode, but it's super, super helpful, and it will change the game for you. And you can do this not with just snacking. You could also do this with your meals. You could do this at any point in the day, and I think the more you practice it, the better off you'll feel. So, do I want something hot or cold? Do I want something crunchy, mushy, or smooth? Do I want something liquid, solid, or in between? Do I want something salty or sweet? Do I want something bland or spicy or flavorful? Do I want a protein, a carb, a fat, or maybe all three? All right. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact me. You can email me, tipswithtony@gmail.com. And if you're not already subscribed to the Tips with Tony podcast, please subscribe. It allows other people to find it. A new episode comes out every Monday and every Wednesday. As always, thank you so much for listening. This is Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.